demons, ghosts, demons, possessions, demons, ghosts, demons. I'm gonna exorcise you. Hey everybody, I'm Erica from Cheers from the Grave, and today we have a special guest, and this special guest is Kyna.
That's me.
From Historical AF.
That's me. I am the Kyna, and I am here.
Yay! Yes, the lovely Kyna is here today recording with us. It's just me and her today. Stephanie is out in Budapest.
Mike.
That lucky bitch.
Oh my God, I am so fucking jealous.
It's not just Budapest. She's like doing this entire tour of Europe, and it's insane what she's got. It's like 20 days of crazy, insane, like European historical things, and I'm just like,
I need that in my life.
I'm just gonna sit here and live. I'm just gonna sit here and live through your pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Cause oh my God, I want to go so bad. I told her if she goes, she needs to find something that's haunted.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It is her goal right now. So hopefully she finds something that's haunted and then comes back to report, because that would be fantastic.
Yeah, when you think about how old everything is, everything should be haunted at this point. So it shouldn't be too hard.
It shouldn't be. And Europe has a lot of old buildings, a lot older than us over here.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're such babies.
We are.
So
it's funny because over in my podcast, Historical AF, we'll be talking one day about something that's 5,500 years old. And then we'll talk about the U.S. and we're like 1726. And we're like, damn, that's old. We're like, no, it's not. We're just babies.
We're babies.
Yeah, we're talking about that house that you sent us for our extra AF episode. And we're like, oh, it's so old. And I was like, I'm so jealous. Because the oldest thing I grew up with, it was like 1826. And then I'm like, yesterday we literally talked about like 2000, BC. So
Yeah.
like, that's old.
That's really old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that house is the Thompson Neely house is a really cool house. And the next time I get a chance to go to Pennsylvania, I'm definitely going to bring some of my ghost hunting gear.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say ghost hunting gear, I mean like my one EMF reader that I had, and then my phone that's my audio recorder, just to see if I can catch anything. Because I mean, I've been in there a number of times because again, I'm like a descendant from one of the Neelys, and or is it Thompson's? I can't remember. I'm a descendant of one of them. My mom knows.
There's no way to know.
There's no way. No. Well, there is. I just don't want to find out right now because it's too much work. And that means having to call my mom. And that means like an hour wasted of my time. Not really. I love you, Mom. I'm kidding. I love you. But, oh, shit. What was I going to say? But yeah, no, it's a pretty cool house. And I've had experiences there and stuff like that. Just like feelings of like, that something's watching you and like just hearing footsteps and turning around and not seeing anything, stuff like that.
Oh, hell yeah, that's my jam. If you do not find a president while you're there too, I'll be greatly disappointed because I was blown away that 2 presidents were there. Holy shit.
Yep.
Who can say that?
Yep.
Oh, I just have this ancestral home and there just happened to be 2 presidents and one of them was Washington. Ever heard of them?
Yep.
Yep,
that's where he made the decision to cross the Delaware River to, So, yeah.
Oh, man.
They call it the House of Decision.
Oh, so cool.
Yep. You're welcome.
Big ass nerd. I'm just geeking out so hard.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, also another thing I need to note, guys, because everybody's probably like, where's Nicole? Well, her ass is in California. And the reason, and again, I do have to apologize to our listeners. We are like days late on this because we were going to, Stephanie and I recorded this fantastic episode that was going to drop on Sunday. However, apparently my dumbass didn't save properly the file. And so when Kyle went to go edit, he's just like, I can't find the audio files. They're not there. I'm like, I swear to God I hit save. I went file, save. I did it. And Kyle's like, but I don't see anything. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, that's so scary.
This is my life. When I'm trying to get my numbers up and I'm trying to like, gain more listeners and I'm trying to do all these things. And then this happens. I'm like, well, there goes our numbers. Bye.
It'll be fine. We'll do this. We got this.
It's okay.
Life
it's
happens.
okay. slow and steady wins the race, right? Maybe there'll be that one episode that finally goes viral or whatever, and I'll be like, yes, finally on top.
God, that's the dream,
Maybe.
isn't it? Every day I
People
wake
love
up and I'm
me.
like, have I gone viral yet? No. God damn it.
You have like 10,000 downloads, okay? The fact that you have like almost 10,000 downloads, that I am jealous, okay? I'm like 2,500.
Man, blood, sweat, and
right
tears
now.
over here. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm currently
Well, you rock.
unemployed because we are a military family and I just got uprooted and thrown into Texas, South Texas. And in the museum field, because I'm a historian, you have to have connections. And I had all these beautiful connections in Arkansas and people were throwing jobs at me. And then I moved here and everybody's like, who you? What are you doing? What's going on? We don't know you. You're not Texan. And I was like, oh, shit. So now I'm starting from the ground up. And that's why I started the podcast. 'Cause I'm like, I need to do history. Ugh.
Well, I can tell you right now, you are totally rocking this podcasting thing.
Thanks.
Like, you are absolutely phenomenal. You guys are just amazing and you're killing it. And I am super jealous of your skills. So, and
The
also, by the way,
secret
guys,
is that we were librarians. And fun fact, this is basically what you do as a librarian. The social media, the research, the event planning, like everything that we're doing, you just kind of adjust just ever so slightly to podcasting.
Yeah.
And it just really translates. So since, we were all librarians at some point, I am no longer a librarian, but it's all those skills. So librarians taking
yeah,
over
it
the
just
world.
comes to you naturally and stuff.
It's true.
And also, guys, I want to let you guys know that Kyna also is the genius behind our merchandise. She is amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always hate the
She's
people
the
that are
one-
like, I'm an artist, but I'm an artist. So I do artsy shit. And
She does.
yeah, it's been
And
really
thanks
fun.
to her, we have our merchandise, and I am internally in your debt
Oh, I love
for
it.
that.
Because you guys are like strictly paranormal, I can do way more fun things because we have a paranormal aspect. We do 6 segments and one of them is paranormal, but I can't do a
Yeah.
lot of the spooky shit that I can do for you guys. So it's
Yeah.
really, you're doing me a favor because it's really fun.
You're welcome. And you get paid for it too, because I'm not going to sit here. It's like, yo, every single time she makes me something, I'm like, girl, tell me how long you took and tell me how many, and then like, tell me what your rate is because I'm going to pay you for your work because that's what good people do.
Yes.
You know, you have to pay for your work. You can't just sit here and take advantage of this shit. No. I'm just going to sit here and throw money at you.
Yeah, being an artist really is a thankless job because I think people that aren't artistic and haven't ever had to spend hours doing something, you don't realize how much work it really is. So it's really
Yeah.
refreshing to be able to like make money because you spend so much time and you fail so much to get like one good product. So it's great. Like my sister, she is an artist. That's just her job. That's what she does. And it's
Yeah.
grueling. I mean, she does so much work, but she does really cool like zombie pinup type art. So it's probably your jam. Her name is E is for
Oh my gosh.
artist on I think Etsy and Facebook. But her shit's really cool. She does like zombie Alice in Wonderland, and then like oh god, it's so cool. She had like a zombie
I am
Cheshire
all about-
cat. Oh, it's so cool.
I am all about the zombies. I love zombies so much.
Yeah, and it's just
Like, I want to do an episode on zombies at some point.
oh man, yeah. We're doing one. Spoiler alert, pretty soon. So I'm really excited.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. You'll be there. It's gonna be
So
your
it's-
episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my God.
We're crossing over.
We
Yay.
are. There's going to be all the crossovers. Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yay.
We do.
All right.
My mom picked it, so I'm really excited. My mom's also a listener here, so hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Thank you, Kyna's mom, for being a listener. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, she is like
Yay.
so cool. She loves zombies so much. She has like zombie slippers with like the eyes popping out, Like she's watched every zombie movie known to man. She's just hardcore zombie fan. I find it hilarious.
Oh, my gosh.
I love it so much.
That just made me love her even more.
Yes, she knows everything about zombies. I love it. Except the other day, this
Hey,
is kind of gross. She hurt her arm, and they put that dermabond on it. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
So they did that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it was still bleeding. It was really gross. So she sent me a picture, and I was like, "Are you doing zombie makeup?" She's like, "No, that's just my arm." And I was like, "Holy shit, Mom, go to the hospital." I was like, I used to do zombie makeup at the library and, with the latex and the fake blood. And I'm like, that looks
Yeah.
like what I did at the You need to see a professional. That's not good.
That's not healthy, mama.
No. It's fine now. She's fine now. But I was like, man, that's like legit trying out for The Walking Dead. You would have been hired.
Oh my gosh. I just realized we should probably talk about our actual
stories.
topics.
I am like the queen of tangents, so I will try to reel it in. But yes, I
think we should reel it in just a little bit. All right, cool. So do you want to like rock, paper, scissors on who goes first? Since we both agreed that we're both going to be long-winded in this one.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay,
yes.
You ready? All right. So best 2 out of 3?
Sure.
Or do you just want to do just whoever gets it the first time
just
around?
do the first one. Save time.
Let's do the first one. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, Erica, stop talking.
So 1, 2, 3, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, so
run.
1,
2,
2, 3, shoot.
Oh, same thing. Shit.
Oh! We both got scissors.
Okay.
1,
2, 3.
3.
Ah, you won.
I win. Okay.
That's fine.
What'd you get? Paper?
Yeah. I'm excited. She's really hyped this up today. So
I went down a rabbit hole like you would never believe, and it was hilarious. I'm just sitting here and I'm messaging Kyna the entire time. I'm just like, Kyna, this is gonna be forever. This episode is gonna be like 3 hours long. I can't stop. I would see something and I'd be like, oh my God, I need to talk about this. Oh my God, I need to talk about that. Oh my God, I need to put Erica, reel it back. This episode's going to be 5 hours long, and then you're just going to lose more listeners because who wants to listen to you ramble for 5 hours? So, all right. So, my topic today is superstitions, because superstitions are awesome, and I love little facts about why things became a thing in the first place. So I was like, this is fantastic. So a superstition is generally defined as excessively credulous belief and reverence for supernatural beings, or a widely held but unjustified belief in supernatural causation. I literally cut and pasted this from like Wikipedia, FYI. Leading to certain consequences of an action or event or a practice based on such belief. Here are a few, and when I say a few, I mean a lot, of superstitions that I found that are pretty common and pretty nifty. So the first one is owls. So have you heard that there's a superstition around owls?
No.
At all?
I do not believe so.
There are a lot of superstitions when it comes to owls. Owls are typically viewed as omens of bad luck, poor health, or even death.
Well,
that means poor Harry Potter saw death every time he saw it. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, that escalated very quickly.
That escalated
bad
extremely
luck,
quickly.
Death.
Bad luck and death. Oh, there's a lot of escalations in here, okay? just you wait. It said if someone hears their hoot or even saw an owl, it meant someone was going to die. That would actually make sense in Harry Potter, because a lot of people die in that.
That's also, true.
Yes. And then I actually just realized I wrote in here, so like as a note for myself, I was like, so every time I go to a zoo and I see an owl, does someone die?
Yeah.
Because shit, I need to stop going to see owls. Some also thought that owl calls were a call from the spirits of to the Cree people, and if you answered back to the owl with a whistle and didn't get a response, it was a sign that your death was imminent.
Oh no!
Some people believed that burrowing owls acted as protective spirits for warriors. So not all our owls were bad. I don't know what I was talking about in that sentence.
That kind of makes sense. I know that there's some like animals in Native American culture that are spirit animals, and I was pretty sure there's owls because they're on totems. So
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was just like, what? But apparently among Australian Aborigines, owls were the spirits of women and so are sacred.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's also a tribe of people there that also thought owls were the souls of people and shouldn't be harmed, because if these owls were killed, the person whose soul the owl carried will also die. So so that's pretty crazy. Moving forward, but still within animals, cats. There's a lot of superstition around cats. They're normally believed to be the familiars of witches who use their form to roam freely and wreak havoc. The Hebrew story of a vampire named Lilith claimed she would take form of a black cat and prey on newborn babies. Apparently, there was also like the whole bad luck of a black cat crosses your path started in Egypt.
Ooh.
So when the Egyptians started to worship the black cat goddess Bast, Christians became convinced that the black cats were demons in disguise and burned many of the poor black kitties.
Knowing Christians back then, that checks out. Yeah.
That checks out totally. I was like, God damn it, why? This is why we can't have nice things,
one of my favorite
guys.
memes
Seriously.
was that Egyptians used to worship cats. Cats never forgot. Like, yes.
Oh no. They never forgot to this day. If a demon crossed your path, it created a barrier of evil and severed your connection from God in heaven. So that's like the Christian belief there. Of course, we all know that cats were worshipped by Egyptians. Also in India and China, they had a cat fertility goddesses actually called I can't even pronounce it, so I'm not going to. It's Sastht, and then Li Chow, which is Li and then Chou. Apparently also in Irish folklore, there is a big black cat named Iruscan, so Irisan.
There's no way to know. Listen, Irish names baffle me. Like Saoirse Ronan and that lady from Outlander, her name looks like Katarina, but it's pronounced like Katrina, and there's no T in it. I do not understand Irish words.
Yo, my last name is Keogh, which is Irish, and it's Keough. And whenever people see that, they're like, Keogh? Kehoe? Keogh? I'm like, it's Keogh. Okay, it's Keogh.
Yeah.
Okay, it's technically just Keogh, but it's Keogh.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, come on,
Kyna
guys.
is also Irish Gaelic, but I get Kyna a lot, so it's, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw your name, I was like, Kyna? Remember how like we first started out? I was like, is it Kyna? Is it Kyna? I don't remember.
And I did the same with your last name. It's a line. I'm telling you, Irish gets me. It's hard. You think being
I don't get it,
Irish.
and it's my own culture.
Mine too. I maybe just not growing up there. You don't know the ways of their language.
Exactly. Oh my God, they're probably like, God damn it, you guys don't belong to us.
I know. I'm way too Southern to be in a cool culture, I think. It's way too obvious.
Oh man. All right, so let's see here. Also, there was a Viking culture that worshipped Freya, the cat goddess of love and beauty.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see. There was also an English woman named Elizabeth Francis who was accused for witchcraft in 1556 in England. She confessed to possessing the familiar, which is a white spotted cat named Satan. so that didn't really help her case too much. But she spelled it Sathan.
Oh.
Apparently it was given to her by her grandmother, who taught her witchcraft at the age of 12. So again, didn't help your case. According to Elizabeth, the cat spoke to her in a strange and hollow voice and would do anything in exchange for a drop of blood.
Ooh.
Yeah. Probably another reason why, that's how the cat superstition would come to be, because, the Christians are like, oh my God, cats are the devil. So, but they're such sweet, innocent. Well, no, my cat's not sweet. I don't know.
Here, will you pause a second? He's hammering, and it's really loud, and I'm going to try to close all the doors.
No, you're good. I hear it. It's fine.
Very loud. Close all the doors, and I added more blankets to my fort. We'll see what happens.
Yay! I was listening. I was just listening, and I'm like, there's a bunch of noises happening. And I'm like, okay, let's start. Is that a dog? Is that Kyna? Or is that a ghost? Of course, I have a logical brain.
Whenever we were looking for houses, that was a big concern of mine. Like, is that dust or is that an orb? So I was really afraid that this house was going to be haunted. So far, so good.
Cool. All right. So where were we? Drops of blood, cats, innocence, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to wrap up the cat portion of this. All right. Just with a few quick cat superstitions that are just bonkers. So other cat superstitions include one one white hair on a black cat apparently is good luck.
Oh, so that counteracts all the other Satan-y stuff?
I guess so. So if that's the case, then that means Manny is like, my cat Manny is full of good luck because he's a black cat. However, he started getting white fur. He started turning white.
Oh.
So he's got like salt and pepper going on there. Yeah, he's a
Aw.
big fat ass cat. He's so awesome and so derpy. I love him. Apparently, kittens born in May have special powers.
Ooh, well, that's good to know.
Yep, black cats protect fishermen at sea. Put a cat in an empty cradle of newlyweds, and a baby will arrive soon.
Oh, no.
If a keep. Oh, my phone is ringing. Why is Toronto, Canada calling me?
Oh,
Hold on.
Canada.
I'm gonna answer this. Hello? Okay, fine. I didn't want to talk to you anyway. Damn. Okay, bitches. You're like, why is Canada calling me? Is it to tell me that I got accepted into the refuge program? Can I become a refugee?
Oh, that's the dream, right?
So let's see here. Before we were so rudely interrupted by my phone, which I need to put on silent. Boop. So yeah, put a cat in an empty cradle of newlyweds, and a baby will arrive soon. So if you don't want babies, keep that cat out of a crate. Well, first and foremost, why would there be a crate? Well, if you were expecting the baby and wanted a baby.
Yeah, I guess in that time, that was just kind of how things
that makes
went.
sense.
The order of it.
Yeah, the order of it. Apparently, if a cat sneezes 3 times, someone's gonna catch a cold.
Aw.
So shit. Rubbing a cat's tail on an eyelid will cure a sty.
That's funny.
So, first of all, no, because rubbing a cat's tail on my eye will only result into like a very, very itchy eye.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to know who the fuck came up with this. It's like, I have a sty on my eye. How am I going to get rid of this? Whiskers, come here. I need your tail.
Oh, God.
I'll just rub your tail all over my eye.
Man,
Who does that?
I have no idea.
Apparently, when a cat washes its ears a lot, it means it's going to rain. Or you just have to clean your cat's ears. Have you ever thought about that? I don't know. Having a cat in a theater is good luck.
Huh.
So, yep. If you kill a black cat, that means you sacrifice your soul to the devil.
Ugh.
That's probably one of the reasons why a lot of pet shops and everything, like around like Friday the 13th or even on Halloween, don't sell black cats because of this reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And apparently cats can suck the breath from a sleeping child.
I've heard
So if,
that.
like, a cat-
Yeah.
I've heard of that too. And what's hilarious is that I remember a neighbor of mine when they had their baby, his mother freaked out because the cat was laying down with the baby in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother freaked out because, his mother, so the kid's grandmother, freaked out and was like, "Oh my God, the cat's gonna suck the soul, suck the breath away from the child." I'm like, what kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
it's crazy,
Keep your black magic shit away from my kid.
right? Cool. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're gonna dive into some number superstitions. Are you ready for
Ooh,
this?
I am.
Because I love number superstitions. So first of all, fear of the number 13 is, do you know what it is? Have you heard of it?
Oh, it has a name, doesn't it? Like a specific
It does.
name?
It's a phobia.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember what it is, but I've heard of it.
It's really long, like all the other phobias for some reason, because they just want to make your life a living hell when you try to pronounce things. It's triskaidekaphobia. Triskaidekaphobia.
Bless you.
So, right, triskaphobia. Due to the fear of the number 13, the United States economy actually loses about $1 billion in businesses every time Friday the 13th rolls around.
Huh.
So whenever there's a Friday the 13th, a lot of businesses tend to lose a lot of money because who the fuck wants to go outside and risk that shit?
Man. God, that's
Yep.
another one of those Christian conspiracies. Friday the 13th, the Knights Templar, the murder of the Knights Templar happened
Yes.
on
I did
that.
not know about that.
Yeah, the murder
Ooh.
of the Knights Templars that was sanctioned by the church, the Pope, more specifically. Yeah, happened on Friday the 13th, and then just kind of ever watched the Da Vinci Code? It's
Yo,
actually true.
well, there we
Yeah,
go. Very cool. You know what? I should have. I don't even know why I didn't look that up, too. That's awesome.
that's
Thank
fine.
you.
I'm cursed with knowledge
Yay.
of random historical shit, so.
I love knowledge of random historical shit, as well as just random things in the first
Mhm.
place. It's awesome. That's why I was like, rabbit hole. Let's see. So 80% of buildings with more than 13 floors generally skip the number altogether, going from floor 12 to 14 to appease the suspicious people. Um, the start of the superstition may have started from the Norse myth. The 13th guest showed up to a party attended by 12 gods. One of the gods ended up dead, and tremendous destruction followed.
Oh.
Also, in Christian beliefs, Judas, who betrayed Jesus, was actually the 13th guest to make it to the Last Supper.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it's probably one of the reasons why 13 is unlucky. So there's then the number 3. It's also known as the Holy Trinity in the Christian faith. Hinduism has its own Holy Trinity, and Islam has its 3 main holy sites. There are sayings that, third time's a charm. However, 3 isn't all good. Some associate it with negative events, i.e. bad things happen in 3s, or celebrities dying in 3s.
Yeah, I've heard that because every time that happens,
Yeah.
everybody's like, it's always 3s, protect Betty White.
Yep. Yep. It's like when it was Michael Jackson, Farrah Fawcett. They both died on the same day. Then there was someone else that died like not too long after, and then it was the but wait, there's more. That guy, the ShamWow guy,
Oh,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, and then it was like him, and everybody made a joke of, buy 3, get the 4th free,
Oh, no.
type of thing. And I was like, oh my god, that's awful.
Oh, man, that person's going to.
But you're not wrong.
Oh, God.
So apparently, also, some people say if something breaks in your house, you need to break 2 more minor things to prevent something larger and more expensive down the road to break. So
I'm going to pass on
way
that.
You have 3. That way you have 3 broken things. So I'm just sitting here like, shit. If I break something, what else can I break that's minor?
Man, I break so much shit, I'd have nothing left if I had to break 2
Right?
more.
Lighting 3 cigarettes also results in death. I'm sure you probably heard the reason as to why this is a thing.
Cancer?
For those that may not know. Huh?
Cancer?
What?
Cancer? You said cigarettes, right?
Cigarettes. Lighting 3 cigarettes results in death. It's because during the war, like in World War II or whatever, in the trenches, the time it took to light 3 cigarettes in a single match was actually enough time for an enemy to lock onto your position and to, shoot
Oh.
you.
Well, that's really
that's why they say
interesting.
lighting. Yeah, so lighting, because it's enough time for the light and for them to catch the light and figure out where you are. So,
Huh.
yeah. So then there's also the number 666.
Ah, classic.
And oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to message you
Ooh, yes.
this phobia because you are going to be like, dear God in heaven.
Is there a phobia of long phobia names? Because there should be one.
I'm pretty sure that there is.
Whoa,
I'm pretty sure that there is.
that doesn't even look like a real word.
So I'm going to try my best, and it's going to suck.
I'm excited for this one.
I'm going to just butcher the shit out of it. The phobia attached to it is hexacosio, i.e. hexaconta hexaphobia.
Good job. That's
I think I somewhat.
whoever comes up with this
Okay,
shit is just like they know what they're doing. It's got to be a joke.
I kind of want to like see if there's a thingy in here on Google where I can just put that in here and have it say it. Hold on.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
Oh no, because it's gonna be like, hey, I need you to do this, and I'm like, no, but I need you to continue recording and not take away my mic for anything else. So, JK. All right. Well, I will figure that out later, but I think I got it. Anyway,
Ooh, hold on.
in the
I
Book
think
of
I got it. Hold on. I
Revelation,
can do it on my phone.
you think you got it? Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Hurry, Google machine.
You can do it. You can do it.
Okay. Which one's gonna work?
I
Pronounce. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hexaphobia.
That's not real. Come on. Who would know
Sure.
that?
Hexaphobia.
One more time.
Hexaphobia.
Okay. Your phone. Your phone is possessed. Dump it in holy water.
What is this one? Maybe it's better. Oh, this is a cartoon. That's. Are they acting out this phobia? I think they are.
Oh,
You should give it a Google. This is funny. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. So in the book of Revelation, it's viewed as the number of the beast or the devil's number. If you guys don't know that by now, then I don't know where you've all been. And the eastern side of the world in China, apparently 666 is a very lucky number.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. All right, so now we're going to do a couple of quick little ditties, and then I promise you'll be done listening to my voice. So whistling indoors invites evil. In Lithuania, whistling indoors is forbidden because it could summon demons. Don't cheers with water, because if you do, you're wishing death upon the people you're drinking with. This stems from Greek mythology, apparently.
Oh.
I was going to go into the rabbit hole of that, and I realized that this would take forever. So, okay, I have a question for you, and I'm going to do this right now, too. Well, you're not sitting in your bed, but I am, and I'm curious. So, oh, fuck. So, don't sleep with your head to the north. In Japan, it's bad luck because this is how the dead are laid to rest. And I have my compass out on my phone, and I am literally and so when I sleep, I literally have my head due north.
Oh.
Shit. Apparently, you can't also sleep with your head to the west because in Africa, that's how the dead are laid to rest there. So apparently, you can only sleep south to east.
Oh, well.
Like south or east.
Yeah,
So.
my head was facing west. Yeah, so it's still screwed.
Okay, so we're both screwed.
Yeah.
Got it. Awesome.
Well,
Okay,
good to
want to
know.
hear it? Yeah. So since you have dogs, you're gonna love this one.
Ooh, puppies.
So apparently, stepping in dog poop in France is good luck if you step in it with your left foot. But if you step in it on your right, you're fucked.
That's so specific.
So I saw that and I was just like, yeah, you're. I read this and I'm like, oh my god. Like, and they were like, yeah, and if you step in it on your right foot, then you're gonna have bad luck. And I'm like, cool. I'm translating that to you're fucked because yeah, that's right, you're fucked.
Oh.
You're just fucked. Bird poop, apparently in Russia, if a bird takes a shit on you or something that you own, it's supposed to bring you good wealth. So there's a fun story about this. On Monday, I was sitting in my car in front of my doctor's office, and I had the window down. It was like in the morning. I was waiting for doctor's office to open. I was watching Family Guy. And all of a sudden I hear a splash, like a splash splatter on pavement. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over and I just see a whole bunch of white. I'm like, a whole, like a literal flock of birds just flew shit. Like literally flew and shit at the same time. And it landed on the pavement and it got on my car.
Aww.
And I'm like, and I came across this and I'm like, does that mean I'm going to get like extremely rich soon? Because God knows I need the money.
Yes. That's funny. We were at the Riverwalk in San Antonio on Sunday, and we like to get a giant beer because you can get these liter beers at this place on the Riverwalk,
shit.
and you can walk around. So we grabbed a beer, and we went and sat down, and we're under a tree, and Zeke was like, what was that? Is that raining? And then he looked down, and he's like, oh my God, it's shit on me.
Oh, no.
It was a very small speck, but I thought it was funny. And he was like, well, they missed the beer. We're good. It's like, okay.
That's a good thing. I've been shat on twice in my life by birds.
I'm all for it if we're gonna get rich soon.
Exactly, right? Another little thing. Knitting in winter. So if you live in Iceland and you don't want winter to, linger around, then you need to stop knitting outside on your porch. Because if you knit outside on your porch, you're just going to keep winter from ending. You're just going to prolong it.
Well, it's super
So,
cold there, so why would you want to be
yeah,
outside?
exactly. I was thinking that too. I'm like, but uh, eh?
Uh,
How did that start? Also, do you have a yo-yo or do you own a yo-yo
no, I
at
do
all?
not. I always sucked at it.
That's okay, me too. Um, but apparently, if you do get it, guys, just FYI for all the listeners out there, if you have a yo-yo, don't play with it because apparently you're going to cause a drought if you live in Syria.
Oh no.
In 1933, Syria banned yo-yos for fear that it'd cause a drought.
That is so specific. Of all
Right?
things.
Of all the things,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
literally banned yo-yos.
What does a slinky do then?
Oh.
Fucking tornado.
Oh, God.
God.
Oh, so we all know about the walking under the ladders thing, how that's a very common superstition. An obvious reason why you wouldn't want to walk under a ladder is for safety reasons, but this superstition started in medieval times when it symbolized the gallows where people were hanged soon. Or excuse me, when people were hanged.
Oh.
They actually forced prisoners to walk under the ladder on their way to death. So that's one of the reasons, like, why there's that superstition. Because it's like, oh, if you're gonna walk under the ladder, it's like almost like as if you're walking to your death type of deal.
Oh,
Um,
that's dark.
yeah, right. Also, some say about 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt, a ladder leaning against a wall formed a triangle, which they regarded as sacred. And to pass through the triangle was to desecrate them because a lot of
Oh.
their triangles, I guess were it was a sacred form.
Yeah.
So you would know a lot about that because you've done Egyptian stuff
Yes, I
before.
I'm kind of obsessed. So,
Yep.
true story. I was 7 years old, and most people are like playing outside and like being social. And no, I was at home trying to teach myself how to write in hieroglyphics and collecting like replicas of Egyptian artifacts. So this has always been me. It's just very, yeah.
When I was in 6th grade, I actually became obsessed with like the Egyptian culture as well.
Mhm.
And I always found the mummification process to be so fascinating.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, and they did this and this and this. And some of my teachers were actually a little bit worried about my love of how mummification started. So
God.
don't worry, guys. I'm a perfectly well-adjusted human being, kind of. So we're all good. Don't worry. I haven't mummified anybody. But anyway, yeah, that's so apparently that's one of the reasons why. Let's see here. I'm actually gonna skip that one. Let's see. Oh, Jinx. You know how like a lot of people say, Jinx, you owe me a Coke, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently in Italy, if you say the same thing at the same time as your friend, you'll never get married.
That's-
That literally just went from A to Z.
It
Like,
did.
boom. And to undo it, you actually have to touch your nose. So apparently, if you jinx with somebody, you have to touch your nose to undo it, to undo the jinx, and then you'll be able to get married.
Oh,
So,
man.
yeah.
I mean, we've both locked our shit down. Are we good, or do we gotta like touch our nose to prevent divorce?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not married right now. I'm divorced actually. So. Kyle and I are probably gonna get married sometime like next year, but
It's all the
oh,
same
God.
to me.
Right.
Ours
So
was
we all
just the
know.
piece of paper so that I could get military benefits.
There you go. Yeah, that's almost kind of where we're heading in some ways too. So, let's see here. Breaking a mirror. We all know that it can equal 7 years of bad luck. The Romans actually started this superstition because they believed it would take 7 years for life to renew itself. If the person was sick or not very healthy, their image would break the mirror and
Oh.
would go on for 7 years until they were renewed by being physically rejuvenated or the curse would end. Like, how bad would it be if you like felt like shit and you went and looked at the mirror and the mirror's like, yeah, you look like shit, break.
That'd be devastating.
I would be like, God damn it.
Oh
Um,
my god.
there is actually another claim, and this kind of makes sense. Another claim is that mirrors weren't cheap, so to avoid negligence, they actually told people that if it would be bad luck to break a mirror to save some money.
Okay, that makes more sense to me.
That does make a lot more sense. So here's where it gets crazier. If you break a mirror and you want to remove the curse, here's what you can do. You can do what the Romans do and take all the pieces of the mirror and bury it in the moonlight. Or you can throw them into running water. Or you can even pound the mirror into pieces, like tiny, tiny little pieces, so that none of them can reflect ever again.
That all
So-
seems like a lot of manual labor. So enjoy.
So and so here's another thing too. So some other remedies include lighting 7 white candles on the first night the mirror was broken, and then blowing them out at midnight with one breath. While another is touching a tombstone with a broken piece of mirror to avoid bad luck. So yes, no, F that. That's all work.
Huh.
So yeah, no, not doing that. Not doing that.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So, okay. I promise everybody, I'm almost done, and then you can listen to Kyna. I promise.
Oh no, you're fine.
I always get like self-conscious. It's like, oh my God, I've been talking for so long, and
I do the same thing, especially in my asylum episode. I felt like I talked for like 20 hours. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, why are you still talking? I don't get it.
God.
You guys signed up for this, okay? When you hit play, you signed up for this, okay? You're stuck with us. I mean, please don't.
I saw a superstition. I did, spoiler alert, our episode that comes out on Sunday, I did Victorian funeral customs. And there was a thing about if somebody died, you had to cover the mirror immediately to avoid bad luck, but also so that their spirit didn't like possess you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, so they covered it with black drapes. And they also stopped all the
Yeah.
clocks too, because that would also give you bad luck if you let the clocks go.
Oh, shit. Well, note
Yeah.
to self next time. Next time? What?
Yeah, it reminded me of that Bela Lugosi mirror, which you should cover someday because it's creepy as fuck, but it's supposedly possessed with his spirit because, like, there was a murder or something and they didn't cover the mirror, so they're all trapped in it. Oh, it's really creepy.
Oh, man, that is insane.
Oh, mirrors,
That's
man.
crazy. Mirrors freaked me out in the first place, okay? I remember one time, a long time ago, I was laying in bed and my cat Runty, we had, it was our bed, and then right across directly from our bed, we had our dresser that had a mirror on it. And my cat Runty was sitting at the end of the bed and just staring into the mirror.
Nope.
And it was dark outside. I'm
Nope.
like,
Don't like that.
the
Nope.
fuck?
Yeah, I
Renty,
always
please
like
stop.
that's the thing in scary movies that always gets me. It's when they're staring in the mirror and they look down to like brush their teeth or spit or something, and then you see something standing in the mirror looking at them, and then they turn around and nothing's there. I'm like,
Oh my God. And
No.
it's even worse, like the typical medicine cabinet scene.
yes.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. They sit there, they open the medicine cabinet, and the music's all like, oh no, what's gonna happen?
Nope. Can't,
And all of a
nope.
sudden it's like they close the mirror and it's either something's there or it's like it's the the violins that go and
Oh, yeah. Nope.
or nothing's there and you're literally having a panic attack over nothing.
I honestly feel like if I saw something in the mirror that wasn't there, I would just burn my house down. just nope the fuck
Yo,
out of there.
Oh my God, that totally reminds me of like this is why mirrors freak me out. Another reason why is a long time ago when I lived in Maine, like around 3 o'clock in the morning. Of course, 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up just out of nowhere. Just woke up and we had a full length mirror on the back end of our door, and I was looking at it, and I shit you not, it looked like there was like smoke or like some kind of like velvety type cloth that was kind of like going like
Oh,
this,
no,
like
no, 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 no.
waving. It was in the mirror.
No.
In the mirror. And I'm sitting there and I'm just looking at this, and it seriously, like you couldn't see any reflection. You couldn't see anything. Just this. And I'm like, the fuck? And so I looked around the room because I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to debunk this and see what's going on. And there was nothing. Nothing that could be causing this. There was like, because it was our bed,
Mhm.
it was the wall with the window, and our like, door over here, and like the blinds were shut, so there was nothing, no light, no nothing coming in to even like or trees or anything. There was nothing that could have been causing this. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching this thing like, huh. And it's just going up and up and up, and it just fades away. And I'm just like, that was fucked up. And then I tried to go back to sleep because, like, as I'm watching this, I didn't feel anything. There was nothing that was wrong. Like, I didn't feel evil or I didn't feel like there was anything bad. It was just like, huh, that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. Not like, oh my God. And then I tried to fall asleep. And literally 30 seconds after that, my brain was like, Erica, do you know what you just saw? And I was like, ah! I tried my boyfriend at the time. I was like, Jeff, wake up, I saw a ghost. And he's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, I swear to God, I did. And the thing is, this was actually not too long. This was maybe like 2 or 3 days after the funeral of my professor
Mm-hmm.
who passed away. And what's crazy is that I'm pretty sure that may have been him. He was a chain smoker, so God knows, maybe it was that. I don't know. But there was that, and then like I remember the night that he died, I actually had like a massive panic attack.
Oh, wow.
Like I had no idea why, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, no, that mirror thing. That's why mirrors freak me out because I'm afraid I'm going to see something, and I don't like it at all. So near mirrors and nighttime, I don't look. Like unless there's a light on, I don't look in the mirror.
Yeah.
I can't. So
Fuck that shit.
fuck that shit, because I would break it and then I would bury all the pieces at midnight or in the moonlight. Have you ever watched Nickelodeon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
My
so
childhood.
right. Do you remember? And I think I might be showing my age on this one. But do you remember a time where they did like Rabbit Rabbit at the beginning of the month? It's like, oh, it's beginning of the month, Rabbit Rabbit. It's like got to be the first thing that you say on the first day of the month.
Is this the
Rabbit
90s?
Rabbit.
It's vaguely familiar, but
It was in the 90s.
90s. I was a 90s
Yeah.
kid as well. But
What year were you born?
84.
Okay, I was 82. So you got 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was in the 90s.
It's just my co-host that's a baby. She's like,
Oh my God.
she did a story and she's like 1987 and she's like, who is alive then? I was like, me. I was alive.
Oh my God. I was alive then.
God damn it.
I was like 6 years old. Oh my God. Nickelodeon had this thing where they would be like at the start of the month, be like, oh, it's the beginning of the month, Rabbit Rabbit. And apparently that superstition actually started around 1909.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
that's a long time ago.
I was like zapped back to my childhood. I was like, I literally thought it was just fun, this fun, silly Nickelodeon thing that they were doing, just like this made up, like, oh, Rabbit Rabbit, first of the month. But no, the actual origin, it was said about 1909, but the actual real origin isn't really known. But it was recorded in a book called Notes and Queries that said children had a habit of saying Rabbit Rabbit at the start of the month. There's a quote from the book that says, and I quote, "My 2 daughters are in the habit of saying rabbits on the first day of each month. The word must be spoken aloud and be the first word said in the month. It brings luck for that month. Other children I find use the same formula." End quote. Apparently because people find rabbits to be extremely lucky, especially with the rabbit's foot. And another thing with the rabbit's foot, apparently if it's going to be a rabbit's foot, it has to be one of the rear legs. I guess like the rear right leg or something, right foot or something like that. Yeah. It said that his daughter believed that the outcome would be a present and that the word must be spoken up a chimney to be most effective. So like Santa or something, Another pointed out that the word rabbit was often used in expletives and suggested that the superstition may be a survival of the ancient belief in swearing as a means of avoiding evil. People continue to express curiosity about the origins of the superstition, and draw upon it for inspiration in making calendars. It's also suggestive of the labors of the months, thus linking the rabbit superstition to seasonal fertility. So I was like, okay, wow, Nickelodeon, you were deep there.
That makes sense. Like Easter, the Eastra and all that. The rabbit was the fertility symbols.
Yep. So, okay, so moving away from that, walking into rooms. Apparently, Do not walk into a room with your left foot when you are in Spain, because that will bring you bad luck. So make sure you always enter or leave with your right. And we all know about the whole don't open umbrellas indoors. So I wanted to know where that came from.
Yeah.
So apparently in a book called Extraordinary Origins of Everyday Things, by someone by the name of Harper in 1989, or I don't know, the scientist and author Charles Panati Panati.
That sounds right.
Sure. Where wrote, and I quote, in 18th century London, when metal-spoked waterproof umbrellas began to become a common rainy day sight, their stiff, clumsy spring mechanisms made them a hazard to open indoors. A rigidly spoked umbrella opening suddenly in a small room could seriously injure an adult or child or shatter a fragile object. Even a minor accident could provoke unpleasant words or a minor quarrel. Thus, the superstition arose as a deterrent to opening an umbrella indoors.
Huh.
So basically,
That's
it's like,
fun.
it's not just bad luck, it's the fact that you could potentially poke an eye out. So,
You're gonna poke your eye out, kid.
all right, we're winding down. So, knocking on wood. So, we all know the whole knocking on wood to prevent bad luck or disappointment.
Oh yeah, I do that one.
Yep, I do that too.
I don't know why I do that, but I do it.
Well, there is a legitimate reason, and I mean, I think it's legitimate because, of course, it's our culture, and it started with our culture. With our people way in Ireland, that they believed that mischievous pixie spirit gods lived in the trees and wood, and if you were talking about something you were looking forward to, you'd knock on the wood so they wouldn't hear what you were talking about, so they would go out of their way to mess up your plans. So,
Oh, cool.
So if you're sitting here like, oh my gosh, I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow because I got X, Y, and Z, you would actually have to, while you're saying it, you have to knock on the wood. So that way the pixies or the spirits or whatever can't hear what you're saying. So that way they don't go and mess it up. Yes.
Man, the more you know.
Right?
Rainbow.
Do-do-do-do. However, they also believe that knocking on tree trunks may have served to rouse the spirits and call on their protection. But it could also have been a way of showing gratitude for a stroke of good luck. So, yeah.
Cool.
One last one. Saying God bless you after you sneeze. This started in the 6th century BC because an illness started to spread through Italy, and the first symptom was severe and chronic sneezing, and then quickly followed by death.
Oh no.
So that means when my allergies attack me and I have severe and chronic sneezing, I guess I'm gonna die. But Pope Gregory had urged his people to pray for the sick by saying things like, may you enjoy good health every time someone sneezed. But it was quickly replaced by God bless you, since it was shorter. So if someone sneezed alone, the Pope suggested to say, God help me. So if you're alone and you sneeze, just scream out, God help me.
Oh, I'm doing that 1000% from now on.
Do it. Just do it. Zeke will be like,
instead of bless me, that is the new thing.
just God help me.
Amazing.
God help me. Oh my God, that means I'm going to be saying it like 20 times a day when my allergies attack. They'll be like, God help me. God help me. Shit.
God, listen, I just moved to the San Antonio area, and when I got here, I got deathly ill, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. So I went to the doctor, and they're like, you're not from here, are you? And I'm like, I'm not fucking from here. It doesn't matter. What's wrong with me? And they're just like, oh, allergies. This is literally the worst allergies in the entire country. It's apparently the ragweed pollen mold capital of the whole U.S.
Oh, hooray.
Oh, great. And then the other day I went, I take prescription Zyrtec at this point to not die. I never had allergies in Arkansas. And then I went to the doctor because I thought I was getting sick, and I'm having surgery in a couple of days, so I can't be sick.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's ragweed. Have you never been around ragweed? I'm like, well, I guess I haven't. I'm just like,
or not as
what
much
the
of
hell?
it to cause this much of an issue.
Allergies? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
I'm dying.
I used to have like major issues when I was in Connecticut, and then when I came down here to Florida, it actually wasn't that bad, surprisingly.
Mhm.
So, but there's a few times a year where I'm like, ugh, that's it, I'm dead. But it really doesn't last as long, and it's not as bad as it used to be up in Connecticut, which is weird. So
It's crazy. It's 24/7. It never goes away here because nothing ever dies. Like,
it just continues living.
there's no winter. There's nothing. And then they are like, oh, if it rains, then you're going to have high mold spores. And then that'll make you sick too. I'm like, because we get like the tail end of hurricanes too. So I'm like, well, what the actual fuck is happening?
Yep.
I love it here. Don't get me wrong. Fucking love Texas. Tacos are phenomenal, but the allergies, I cannot handle them.
Come for the tacos. Do not stay for the allergies.
Oh God. And it's funny because people just stock up at like H-E-B, which is like the Texas grocery store, but you'll just see people piling in just like Allegra and just everything. And it's about to hit.
Oh my God.
And everybody around here is just like, oh, you're not from here. We can tell. Just like, stop.
As your like face is swollen and you got like snot dripping out your nose, you're like, no, I'm not.
The other day we were both sneezing so much, and I was like, what is happening? Just like 6 times in a row, and then he would sneeze, and I'm like, this has never happened before. I don't know.
Oh my God. You just need to go to an allergist and get like allergy shots and stuff. And
I know. Yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm also on an immunosuppressant because I have an autoimmune disease. So it's making my allergy stuff not work. And I'm like,
oh no.
Yeah, so I'm going to get some shots.
Double whammy.
Yeah, I know. I have to get that steroid shot in the ass. It's a good time.
Oh, hooray.
Feel good for like 2 days. But yeah, I'm totally going to be like, God help me from now on.
Yes.
It also seems more like fitting at this point.
It does. It totally does. Because it's like, I'm not going to sit here and like say, excuse me or bless me because I'm seeing you and be like, oh, God help me, because seriously, God help me. No, literally, yes. God, help me, please. Like, I can't do this anymore.
1,000%. This is forever now. It is a part of me.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, so what you got in store for me? I am so excited.
Oh, man. So, speaking of South Texas, when I moved here, we kind of looked around for places to live, and I ended up in a town called Seguin. And there is a haunted hotel here that is... Some people say the most haunted hotel in Texas, and that's saying a lot because the Manger is here, the Emily Morgan, those are all fucking super haunted, but a lot of people swear that this one is more haunted.
So it's the bee's knees, huh?
God, it's really cool, and I stalk it a lot because
oh, you live
close.
You live near it, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I heard about it, and then I was like, well, shit, I live in this town. I gotta go see it. And then I drive by a lot. And I look in the windows for ghosts. I have yet to see one, but one of these days, it is going to happen.
That's awesome. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to readjust because my leg is like, hey, guess what, Erica? I need circulation. I'm like, okay. I will give you.
How dare you?
I know. How dare I cut off blood to my foot? Oh, God.
Because we're in our 30s. That's why.
Because I'm getting old.
God, this is my life now. Anyway, so this hotel.
Yes, this hotel and the ghosts.
The Magnolia.
Ooh. Yay.
So, Seguin was founded 16 months after the Texas Revolution began. So, it's one of the earliest cities in Texas, which, side note, when we moved here, I've noticed every town, every store is like the oldest something in Texas. They can't all be the oldest in Texas, but God help them, there are billboards everywhere saying that they are. So I found it funny that Seguin's like one of the top 3 oldest cities in Texas. And I'm like, oh, okay, Seguin. And also like our water tower, it's like Seguin, it's real. That's it. That's
Seguin,
the motto.
It's real.
But it's like real America. And I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, I was like, what's real? The word or like the town? It's like, no, it's legit a real town. I promise you, it's there on the map, right there. Oh my God!
So it's actually named after Juan Seguin, who was a Tejano Texan freedom fighter and an early supporter of the Republic of Texas. So he's a big damn deal.
Okay.
And another side note about Seguin, it's actually the home of the world's largest pecan.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a little fun fact there. It's 5 feet long, 2.5 feet wide, and it weighs 1,000 pounds.
Oh my god, I think I remember you talking about that one time.
Yeah.
I think I saw a picture, I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, my
What is
in-laws came down, we just put a baby on it. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh my
That's a
god.
thing that happens here. So in the 1840s, Seguin, co-founder, and he was also a Texas Ranger named James Campbell, built a 2-room log cabin near what is now downtown Seguin, which is where the pecan is at. I made
Okay.
a connection there. So
There you go, perfect.
totally makes sense. So, but things take a kind of drastic turn when Campbell was captured by the Comanches. He was scalped alive, stripped, and then stabbed 27 times.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Scalping
very
is not fun.
excessive and also horrifying.
That's ooh.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
The cabin was then sold to Joseph F. Johnson, who turned the cabin into Seguin's first and only stagecoach station.
Okay.
So, after that, they added a 3-bedroom building made out of limecrete in the back, turning it into Seguin's first hotel, which is cool. Limecrete, if you want to hear this, I did this as our second episode of Historical AF,
Yep.
and I did a lot more history, so I went into the whole limecrete thing, but it's really a localized form of concrete that they made the entire building out of, and there's only
Okay.
like 100 in the country, and there's 20 in Seguin, and Magnolia is the oldest, so
Okay.
historically significant. But
Okay, cool.
I do these things called historical detours, and that was one of them. So,
And they are the best. I love historical detours.
yeah, because I just can't focus. I'm like, there's so much to learn. Okay. Very ADD. So in 1846, the hotel was sold again to a wealthy guy named Jeremiah Calvert, who was the Chief Justice of Seguin. He performed a lot of weddings around here, including his own daughter to a famous Texas Ranger named John Coffee Jack Hayes.
Okay.
What a name, right?
This is
What a
like
name.
so Texan.
He was the captain of the Texas Rangers and a military officer during the Republic of Texas. So, another big damn deal.
That is.
Around this time, slaves dug out the basement as a shelter from the Indian raids. Women and children would lock themselves in the dark, low-ceilinged room where the men rode out to engage the Comanches. The current owners actually say they uncover regularly like shards of pottery dishes and pieces of sulfur, which they're assuming they used to make bullets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The room later became Seguin's jail, and what's left of the bars on the windows and latches are still actually visible when you go there.
So like does that mean that if you get a hotel room, you could potentially have a hotel room with jail bars? Question
Well,
mark?
this is it's a basement basically.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
It was started out as an Indian raid shelter and then
Yeah,
turned into a jail.
I
So
got
you
you.
can still see, like, if you go there, because I stalk it a lot. I'm not even kidding about that. You can see like little slats where you can see out, and it's like a peek hole, so you can see if they're still out there to like protect yourself. And now there's bars and stuff.
Oh my
But-
god. I bet the people that work there are probably like, who is this lady outside? She's like always
I
creeping
know.
around. What is should we invite her in? Like, should we like should we ask her if she's okay? Is she lost?
Yeah, we'll also get to why that's problematic because it's not technically open, so it's probably even more trespassing. So it's fine. I was like live streaming on the podcast, like, Instagram Live. I'm like, I'm here, look for ghosts, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm just like, they're in there being like, what the hell's wrong with her? She's here again. Jesus Christ. All right, so 4 years later, Calvert sold the hotel to a dentist named William Reed, and he ran it until 1860. He added an interior section and combined the buildings to make the largest hotel in Seguin, and it remained the largest until the mid-1900s.
Huh. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. I was unable to confirm or deny whether or not he did dentist work there, because dentistry in the 1800s was literally torture, so I assume that alone could create some ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that shit.
No. I mean, didn't like a lot of dentists too also like tend to perform like surgeries as well, or like
Yeah, they
yeah,
just
like
rip shit out.
yeah, they're just like
no.
fuck this, you don't need that, it's like what?
Yeah, they have like contraptions that look almost like a nutcracker, but it would latch onto the tooth, and then when they squeezed it, it would just rip it out. Yeah. No me gusta. Do not like. Yeah, at the Alamo here, they have living history actors, and they have a medicine man, and he has little tooth pulling things, so he'll be like scaring children. It's really
Oh my God. Yes, let's scare the children away from dentists, because the next time the child goes to the dentist, that's the first thing that they're going to see. And they're going to start screaming in terror. And everybody in the waiting room is going to be like, what the hell is going on back there? Should we call the cops? And it's like, no, it's just my child getting a tooth pulled. It's fine. I promise.
fun.
Yo.
God. And then another little fun fact I found that I didn't have before when I did this story is that Ulysses S. Grant actually stopped there while he was doing a tour of Reconstruction in the South, and he stayed at the hotel as a guest.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Later, it was sold to Colonel Thomas Dickey Johnston. All these people have 3 names. It's very official. And his wife, Catherine, and they ran it until 1900 as a overnight stop for stagecoaches.
Okay.
So we're going to fast forward to about 1930, and then the Lanham family bought it and turned the second story into an apartment complex, and then it all just went to shit from there.
Oh, no.
If I could paint you a picture, it would be a dumpster fire. So everything just blew up. It went into just disrepair. By the late 1990s, it was abandoned. It was falling apart. And in 2012, it was placed on the Texas Most Endangered list of historic places.
Oh, shit.
So enter 2013, Erin Getty and her husband Jim. They decided to buy this shit. She's a historian. She's like, we're going to restore it to its former glory. So
Cool.
they saved it.
Yay! So they're in the process of
Yay.
restoring it right now, or is it restoring? Or like, what's the process on it right now?
I think I go into it later. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
get to it.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
did I add that?
Sorry.
I did add that.
Okay. I'm
So-
getting ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. So this is a quote from the Express News here in San Antonio, but it says, the first time she and her husband Jim walked into the Magnolia Hotel, she sensed an energy coursing through the air. The couple
Ooh.
chalked it up to glee over buying this inn. And at the time, it was a rundown building filled with trash, but they saw history in Seguin. So later, after signing the closing papers for the property, they returned to celebrate. They bought a bottle of champagne, they poured a glass, and they said at that moment, all the doors in the building slammed shut and an ice cold breeze blew between them. And she says, I think it's haunted. And that's a quote.
That's like so matter of fact. Like you're just sitting
Yes.
there, like all the doors shut, and you're just sitting there with a glass of wine, like or champagne, like, oh, okay, I guess this is
All
haunted.
right.
My reaction would be like, holy fucking shit, this is haunted. And
Yes.
I'd probably drop my glass too out of fear.
Me too. But
But
she has said in a lot of interviews, because we'll get to why this
Yeah.
has been in every newspaper ever, but she's done a lot of interviews, and she said even since she was a little girl, she's had that sixth sense that she's
Okay.
always had. Her whole family has this like psychic ability and stuff. So probably at this point, she's just like, oh, okay.
yeah,
Like, this is
everyday
normal.
thing. Yeah, normal.
Yeah, you know. She said that the restoration of the building caused it to explode with paranormal activity, and this led to the loss of all their contractors.
That's not a surprise, because when you
Yeah.
start, like, that's a thing. You start reconstruction or renovating, it just
Mhm.
shakes things up. And sometimes if you're like switching up things, then the ghosts are like,
Mhm.
wait, but that door was here and there was a wall here. What? Because there are some ghosts
Mhm.
that are intelligent that are like, why are things changing? So
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, they said the restoration came to a halt, but they're badasses, so they refused to let the spirits, stop their progress. So they
Yeah.
figured out how to coexist.
Okay.
Her being kind of a medium, she came in contact with other mediums, and then they're like, we're going to figure this shit out. She said with the assistance of a well-known Texas psychic and her own abilities to communicate with the spirits, and it says, along with her powers of historical research.
Dun, dun,
Yay,
dun.
historians!
I just picture her right now, like, fists on her hips, and like, just like a cape blowing in the background with the letter H on the back
Yes.
of it, like dun dun dun. Like super historian, psychic lady.
Yeah, she's literally living my dream. She worked as a museum curator for a long time. She's retired, and then they bought this historic building, and they're going to restore it, because, in school they teach you things about restoring and the
Yeah.
things you need to do, and there's a lot of complicated things behind it. But I'm like, that is my dream.
Kyna,
It's like bonus points if it's haunted.
Kyna,
Just,
this sounds like she needs to be your new best friend, and it sounds like
I
you need to
know.
knock on this door and be like, "May I have a job with you?
Yeah.
Please hire me."
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm going to email her this podcast and be like, I've talked about you twice.
Oh my God, do it. Do it. No shame. Do it.
So she said that with all this research, they identified 13 unique spirits.
Oh, okay.
So, and their kind of idea is like, we'll identify you, we will acknowledge you, and
Yeah.
then we will work with you to finish it. So, among them is a spirit they call the cowboy, who rode in on a stagecoach from San Antonio, and then he shot himself in the head just as he arrived at the hotel. So, that's sad.
Well, why?
That escalated.
That escalated real quick.
Yeah,
Well-
it's really cool because I'll give you more information at the end, but she does post a lot of things that she finds. So all the newspaper articles, you can read them.
Oh,
so there is
yeah.
a lot of things that match this. So they're matching the spirit that they're hearing from, but they're matching it from historical documents, which is why I find this place so fucking cool.
That is amazing. You need to send me links.
Yes, they are backing shit up, and your girl loves good sources. So yeah, I'm just obsessed with this place.
That's fantastic.
The next one is a little African-American boy named, they call him Little John, and he enjoys tossing pebbles at unsuspecting guests near the back door.
Oh, sweet angel baby.
Yeah. And they actually have a photograph that captured him in a large mirror in the room where he likes to hang out. And that's
Really?
on their Facebook page, yes.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, I need to take a look at this really quick.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Magnolia Hotel, Seguin. Yeah, they have a really cool face. She posts every type of sighting ever.
So it's hotel what?
Magnolia Hotel.
Oh, Magnolia Hotel. Okay, Magnolia Hotel. Seguin. Here we go.
It looks like Seguin.
Yeah. Yo, Kyna. They have a free open house on October 26th, 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
If I can walk, I will be there. Because I'm going to have a boot on, but I think I can do it.
Girl, just
So
like grab a wheelchair. You have to go. You have to go
Yes,
somehow.
I
Drag your
know.
ass there.
Well, they do them pretty regularly,
Do
like
they?
every few months. So there'll
Okay.
be more opportunities. There was one on the 4th of July, but it was so packed we couldn't even get over there because they have
my
a.
God.
It's like the world's largest small town parade, or I don't know, something like that.
Oh
But
Lord.
too many people.
All right, so photos. What the fuck is that? I see a hand and I see a mirror.
Yes. And
Ah!
she recreates it to debunk it too. Yeah. So
Oh,
the
I
actual human
see.
hand is her being like,
This is
showing
my
that
actual
shadows.
hand. Wait, is that
Yeah.
through a window or is that a mirror?
I think it's a mirror.
Ah!
There's more rooms. So every room has like a token spirit in residence. So there's the gentleman's smoke room where Campbell, the original owner, the ranger,
Uh-huh.
likes to hang out. You can hear his boots walking across the floor, and then there's usually a smell of cigar smoke and the rocking of his rocking chair, which is where he would hang out. So this hotel, the main 2-bedroom log cabin, that area is still there. They just built onto it. So the original building that he built is still part of the original structure.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, this place is so cool. Shadow figures have been caught on camera, and they are on the website and also on Facebook. There's a ghost of a little girl that they call Itsy, because if you walk into the room, Itsy Bitsy Spider will pop into your head. And they don't tell people this, and then they'll start humming it, and people are like, yep, Itsy's here.
That is
what?
crazy.
Yes.
I need to go to this place.
Oh my God, it's so cool. I'm going to get to something at the end, and then we're going to make plans.
Yes.
So they also have a lot of slamming of doors, cabinets. There's furniture that drags across the room, knocking footsteps, all the good spooky shit. they've caught a ton of EVPs, digital recordings, and a ton of photographs. Like, a lot. Way more than I see in a lot of other haunted places.
I was gonna say, I'm literally scrolling through the Facebook photos right now, and this is
There's a
pretty.
lot. It's
Oh
lot.
my God, what the fuck is that?
So there's two
There's
ghosts that I
fingers!
think are super cool, like two individual ones.
Yeah.
There's this one situation, it's like a ghost 23andMe situation. So at the back of the hotel is the concrete building I talked about, and they
Yeah.
call it the Adobe. And a famous African American woman, fortune teller of the city, she would set up shop there because she said people were coming to her house and she was getting pissed off that they wouldn't leave her alone. So she's like, fine, meet me at the Magnolia Hotel, I'll do your shit. So her name was Idella Lampkin, and that became like her residence of doing fortune tellers. And that was around the late 1800s. She lived a really long life and passed away at the age of 90. You know, sweet old lady.
Yeah.
But in 1965, oh, yeah, never mind. 90 in 1965, but her spirit reportedly still hangs out at the Magnolia Hotel, which I can't blame her because it's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
But the owner, who is a self-proclaimed medium, says that Idella actually gave her a message to find her descendant and bring her to the hotel. Okay.
Okay.
So she did. And she did all the genealogy. She did the research. And she is actually related. And she is also a psychic.
What? Mind blown.
Yeah, what are the chances? Like, here's the thing. I spent a shit ton of money on 23andMe, and I didn't have no ghosts tell me who I was. I had to spend money on that. I'm so jealous on many fronts, and I'm not psychic, so
I need a ghost to tell me my ancestors. This is crazy. By the way, like, so, hold up. There's a picture in here that I'm having a very hard time with because there's a face and there's a fucking hand creeping around the window or door frame or something. A fucking black hand.
I'm telling you, this place is creepy and it's amazing.
Fucking hand. Like, it's disembodied. Like,
yeah.
the fuck?
She's losing her mind, folks.
That is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna have nightmares of this. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting too much. Go ahead.
No,
that
you're
photo
fine.
is creepy.
No,
I
this
need to
story
go
is
here.
even more crazy. So, okay, so Ghost Adventures went here.
Of course they did.
And I watched it for research purposes. But yeah, they went in. They actually brought in her ancestor. Her name's Tanisha.
Okay.
What's her name? Tanisha Sutton. So they actually brought her in and talked to her about her ancestor and stuff. She was goddamn delightful. I just loved her. But he also he rolled deep in this next story. So the most famous ghost, they call him a serial killer.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. In 1874, this man named Wilhelm Faust, which this is also one of the most German places ever because Germans settled this whole area. So New Braunfels is very fucking German.
Yeah.
And so apparently he was staying at this hotel. He stole the hotel's horse and then he rode to New Braunfels in the middle of the night. And then he accidentally murdered a 12-year-old girl. You're probably wondering, accidentally, Kyna?
Accidentally.
For one, that is a 25-mile horse ride.
Oh, that poor horse.
That can't be fast. I did the GPS today. I'm like, how long would that take? Because it takes me 20 minutes to get to New Braunfels, but, whatever. So what happened was that Faust's wife was staying in New Braunfels with her friends, the Volker family. Mm-hmm. And he allegedly rode to her house and then began hacking at what he thought was his wife with an axe. But then, the ultimate oh shit moment, his wife walks in. And he's like, oh my God, who am I killing? So then he panics, he axes her in the head and gets her right in the eyeball. And then he realizes that the family daughter, Emma, was in the bed and he accidentally killed her.
So he killed his daughter.
It wasn't his daughter, it was the family friend's daughter.
Oh,
she had crawled in bed with his wife and
Oh no.
So she got up. Yeah.
And
Very, 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 very
Emma
tragic.
too, and that makes it even worse.
So Emma was killed, but the wife survived, but she was blinded for life. Faust
She
reportedly,
survived an axe to the face.
yeah, right to the eyeball, but she survived.
Good
Yeah.
on her, man. That's badass. But
Which
kind of
is
fucked
probably
up.
why he got caught so fast.
Probably, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he raced back to the Magnolia Hotel, and then the accounts say that he calmly fell asleep. And I'm going to say it wasn't calmly, but he was probably exhausted as shit because that's 25 miles there and back, and all the hacking. He's probably very tired.
That would,
But
yeah,
anyway,
that would exhaust anybody.
he was arrested very quickly, probably because she was alive, and also the husband always does it. So,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
He was tried and found guilty of the crimes. Once convicted, he reportedly confessed and admitted to 2 other murders, which makes him the serial killer because it's 3 or more.
3 or more, yep.
He was sentenced to prison, and then they moved him around a lot for safety because people are like, you fucking killed this kid, we're going to kill you. So they're moving him around,
Yeah.
but an unknown assailant snuck past 36 armed guards and assassinated him. But I'm going to assume that it was like, snuck by.
Yeah, that was totally an
quote
inside
unquote.
job because there's no way
Yeah.
someone can sneak by 36 guards.
Yeah.
No.
It's probably one of those things where they're like, I'm gonna go take a break and say it really loudly, like, I'm gonna leave my post for just a second. Hope nothing happens.
Oh no, that lemonade
no.
just went right through me. I gotta go piss like a racehorse all over again. Oh my god. That was like the worst Texas accent I've ever done. I am so sorry. I apologize to the Texans out there.
Apologize to Texas.
I apologize to Texas for that awful dialect. I am so sorry. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So he did, and nobody was ever charged for the shooting. But he apparently haunts the Magnolia Hotel, where he is reported to be a dark, angry spirit that makes people, especially women, feel like they can't breathe when he's in the room.
Oh, that's fun.
So on Ghost Adventures, they were talking about one woman said that the ghost reportedly like slashed her eyeball, like scratched it really like a severe injury. So Zach Baggins, our boy,
oh
my
goodness.
God.
Bagel bites, good old bagel bites.
He walks up to the owner, who she's so lovely, but he's like, all right, so how much does this happen? And then she just like doesn't miss a beat. She's like, all the time. He's like, okay. And then he's like, okay, so how many people were seriously hurt? And again, didn't miss a beat. She's like, 7. How, like, so casual about it. But then, okay, this is the best part.
Oh, God.
So Baggins is all,
oh, God.
are you scratching people, William? Will you scratch a man?
Oh, my God.
And then you cue the dramatic music. Give that man an Emmy. I'm telling you.
Most dramatic ghost encounter goes to Zach.
Oh yeah.
Baggins.
And they had like the actors, being like bloody ghosts and shit. Like, oh, it was so great.
Oh, Jesus.
So while I was researching, they kept calling this guy a serial killer. And before I got to the part where he confessed, I started Googling and I found some news articles that said that he might actually not have done it.
Really? Now?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun,
So
dun,
in 2012, the owner, who is a historian and a medium, said that she thinks it might have been the wrong person. She said that the research he was doing, along with the help of the ghost of Emma and Helene, the wife, found that the actual murderer may have been M.P. Devers, who confessed on his deathbed.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's
so Devers was he was a music teacher who was staying at the Magnolia at the same time as Faust. And she said that Faust was bragging about how much money he had and how much money his friend's wife had and how she was staying there. So he's like, well, fuck yeah, I'm going to go over there and rob them. And that he intended to rob them, and then he accidentally killed the kid somehow.
Wow.
So, big plot twist. So if Faust is innocent, the New Braunfels Police Department has no plans to do anything about it. No shit, because they didn't actually have a police station until 1930. So police didn't exist at that point. So there's nothing they could do.
There was no law. There's just nothing. Oh my God.
But I mean, Faust did confess. So it's very like jury's still out.
Yeah.
But they said that regardless, the 12-year-old Emma, the wife, and Faust, and the alleged killer, like the other one that confessed, they're all there.
Oh,
So
wow.
that must be a very uncomfortable situation.
That is incredibly awkward.
the murdered, the attempted murder, the one blamed for the murder, and then the murderer. So there's a whole lot of shit going on
So
there.
the one who was blamed
Hmm.
is said to be the dark energy one, right?
Yes, that's who they thought at first, but the writer, or not the writer, the owner, she also writes books, so she's writing a book
Okay.
about it.
Oh, cool.
But she thinks that he was wrongly accused, but I'm not quite sure why he would confess. Or maybe he just thought at this point nobody's going to believe me.
Exactly. I'm wondering
Or
if like the reason why it's so dark and like suffocating is probably because he's so angry that he went to death for it. And that
yeah.
the other spirit is there, so that's why he's so angry all the time. I don't know, but why would he continue lashing out? I don't know.
But
That's a
also, this is like ranger territory. There was no actual law system, so maybe he didn't confess and they just said he did so they could kill him.
That's
I mean,
true.
there's
a
no
lot of things.
documentation a lot of times. People could just make shit up and there's nothing you could do. So
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of different like gray area that could have happened. But this place is super ass haunted. So it's been rated the most haunted hotel in Texas by MSN. And it has been
Ooh.
featured on Ghost Adventures Aftershock, Niff Groff's Tour, Disney Channel's When Ghosts Attack, Destination America's Ghost Brothers, a PBS show called Strange Town, Paranormal Caught on Camera, Day Tripper, Expedition Texas, Rooster Teeth, I don't know what the fuck that is, Darkness Radio, Russell Rush Show, and The Paranormal Files.
Oh my god. Rooster Teeth is part of it's have you ever heard of Red versus Blue with Halo? The show Red versus Blue?
No.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but Rooster Teeth is a production company of
Okay, is
yeah.
it like a YouTube thing?
Yeah,
No?
it's like a routine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a YouTube thing. I think I'm going right. There's probably listeners out there that are probably like, "You're wrong," and I'm going to hear about this later. But it's
Well,
fine.
it's funny because I did this story for my podcast in May, I think, and there was only 4 of these listed at that point, and Ghost Adventures had come out the week before I did it. So,
Oh wow.
like, there are people there. They have to be there constantly. They're
Yeah.
just
I'm
racking it up.
I'm gonna have to watch the Ghost Adventures.
Oh,
portion of
it's like
this one.
episode. I think it's season 10, episode 1. It is so funny.
I think I have that on
Oh my
Hulu. Then it's on Hulu or Netflix, one of the
Yes.
two. So
Yeah.
sweet.
And there's like a few more stories, and Ghost Adventures talks about it. They call it the pink bathroom, I think, and a woman was pregnant and she tried to give herself an abortion and then she died in the bathtub. But it was like she was from an upper family, and you just at that time she felt like she had no choice. So she apparently haunts it, and there's just a whole lot of other people. They think there's people in the Indian raid shelter. It's super haunted. So the hotel hasn't been opened since it was a hotel, before it went all to shit. So when they bought this, they started doing ghost tours, and they were charging about $20 to take a tour, and that was helping with renovation costs.
Yeah, that's cool.
So then the popularity of this, they have opened it up as an Airbnb.
Dude.
It opened in August of this year, 2019.
Dude.
So definitely go check out the Airbnb listing because it is so fucking cool. But these are some of the highlights that I found.
Okay.
So you get an overnight stay. You get up to 4 people, and only those 4 people can do the ghost hunts because obviously you can't be inviting everybody.
Yeah.
But you get to go to their newly restored single suite apartment on the 2nd floor where all the really haunted shit is. Mm-hmm. And you have access to 5 rooms that are all named after the ghosts that haunt them.
We need to do this.
Cool.
I know. We need to do this.
And then they just added a new feature that I think is like $100 more, but you get access to the unrestored areas of the building that takes you to like the Indian raid shelters and all the other bedrooms. And it just had this like disclaimer that was like, listen, we don't have air conditioning, so it's hot. There's no electricity. It is not prepared for people to stay there, but it's spooky. That's what it says. It's like, we literally have nothing in there except for ghosts. And then at the very end, it says, though it's considered the most haunted area of the building, we do not guarantee that you will have a paranormal experience. These spirits decide who, when, and if they wish to come forward.
Yeah.
So I just love that. I love it so much.
Oh my God.
It is probably the coolest. Like they've got this whole thing on lock. Like the ghosts, the Airbnb. Yeah, you can only stay in a certain part, and you get a code, and you get to go in there and ghost hunt and stuff. And I
Yeah.
guess they have a TV that has their PBS documentary. It's so cute. Just love it so much.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my god,
Yeah,
it sounds like I need to take a
definitely.
trip.
Yeah, on Facebook, it's the Haunted Magnolia Hotel Seguin. And then if you search Magnolia Hotel, they have a website, and then they have listed every appearance, every news article,
Yeah.
so you can go in. And right now that the Airbnb is actually opened, every time somebody stays there and has a review, they post it in all their photos. So it's basically almost daily you're getting new ghost pictures and
That's really cool.
experiences. It is just so cool.
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't
I'm
think
so
I've
excited.
ever seen so many like full body apparitions.
Yo, I'm still
Like,
going back to that, like, the
yeah.
hand and the because it's just this dark hand that's
Yeah.
just there. It's just like, it's
And
creepy.
I'm telling you, if you flip through these, there's all these people
There's
standing outside the window
so
seeing ghosts. So that's
many.
why I'm stalking them,
I
because
don't
everybody
blame
else is
you.
seeing one and I want to see one. But yeah, this place is just so cool, and they're doing a ghost hunt soon too. Like I said, it's $20, which is really not that
Do
bad.
it.
Yeah.
$20, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, this
Dude.
place just has so much history, and I went into some other really cool stuff on my podcast, so you should check it out. It's episode 2.
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys definitely need to watch. Listen,
we
it's
were we
amazing.
were babies then, so
Yeah,
bear with us. But yeah, there's a connection to the Alamo. Like, there's a lot of really cool shit, and I
that's
just
really
think this
cool.
place is literally the coolest.
Oh my gosh,
But
that's amazing.
yeah, I highly recommend checking it out and seeing
Yay.
all the stuff. And the woman that owns the house, she wrote the Haunted Seguin book, and she's writing a bunch of books, so
That's really cool.
definitely recommend that too. I want to befriend her.
Yes, you need to. You live so
Be my
close.
friends. Yeah.
Just be like, hey, so I'm a fellow historian. Let's talk.
Not that I'm triangulating my location or anything.
No,
Seguin's a
no,
big town.
not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I don't
I
know.
know. For my mom listening, being like, stop telling people where you live.
It's like
Nobody will ever know.
like sitting here telling them I live on this corner and this corner with the tree right there. I mean, and the gas station right
Yeah.
across from there with the CVS and the Walgreens. Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Yeah, I live a comfortable distance from this. Nobody will find me. But yeah, as soon as I found out this was here, I drove by it, and it just immediately, I was like, I love this place.
oh my
I've
god.
never been in it yet, but I just felt an immediate connection with it. It's just so historic and so cool.
Dude, one day. Oh my gosh, that is on my list.
Yes, I mean, San Antonio is so old for this side of the country. I know you
Yeah.
grew up on the East Coast, so that's
Yep.
like really old, but
Yep. New
most of the
England.
places here are about 300 years old or more. So it's very different from Arkansas, because nobody lived in Arkansas for a while. But that's no lie. Arkansas was where you went if you were an outlaw trying to get away from like trial, or if you were a Native American running away from the Trail of Tears, or if you were Irish. So
Oh
you're
Jesus.
yeah, so if you're an actual Arkansan born and raised hillbilly, you're probably a mix of those 3 things,
Oh my goodness.
which I am. I'm half, Irish and Native American and all that good stuff. So it's
Well, damn, there you go.
but yeah, here Texas has such a huge history, and we also have the Manger, which is probably one of the more haunted hotels people always hear about. It's where President Roosevelt recruited the Rough Riders in the bar.
Ooh.
It's so fucking cool. Oh my god. So
So much.
anyway, moral of the story is San Antonio's fucking awesome. So
Yes. Well,
lots of spooky shit.
well, the next time I'm in Texas, I will definitely we would definitely need to meet up, and I definitely need to take a trip out there to see you
Yeah, I
and
went
do all this
to
stuff.
a live podcast of And That's Why We Drink. Really enjoy them. And they did the Alamo ghosts. And I was like, I didn't know this was haunted, but it makes sense. Checks out. Everybody died. So, like,
Yeah, they had and that's why we drink had a live podcast here in Orlando, and they did I can't remember the name of it, but it's the psychic town that we have here in Florida. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because my brain is literally like,
no.
I don't remember the name of it. But there's this like town/village that apparently it's like psychic central. So
Oh, no, I
yeah,
didn't
and
know
there's a
that.
hotel there that's haunted and everything, so it's pretty nifty. So they did that, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So
That's cool.
Yeah, but
Man, well,
anyway.
this was fun. Thanks for having
No,
me.
thank you so much for like agreeing to do this because I was just like, oh my god, this episode, like this one episode we were planning on releasing is now gone, and I'm like, I need another episode and quick. So thank you so much for even
Oh,
agreeing
you
to
are
be this.
welcome.
Yes, it's amazing. So, Kyna, please tell our lovely listeners where they can find you, your podcast, and all that stuff. Please plug away, girl. Plug
All
away.
right. You sound like the guy from First We Feast. That's what he says. He's like, rolling out the cart before anywhere can we find you. Okay, sorry. Here,
Good.
I'm Kyna, and I am the co-host of Historical AF Pod, and you can find us at Historical AF Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We also have a YouTube channel, a Patreon. We have a merch site, but you can find everything on our website, which is historicalafpodcast.wordpress.com, and we are found on pretty much every platform out there. So,
Woot!
except Spotify. We're on Spotify, but it's tricky. You have to say the Historical AF Podcast, or you can't find us.
Yeah, it's weird.
Very weird.
Spotify
Yeah.
is very specific.
I've emailed them, and they're like, I don't understand what the problem is. I'm like, nobody can find me.
Because nobody puts "the" in the front of my podcast. That's why. Okay? That
Yes,
is why.
it's so weird. But yeah, we're out there. We're doing stuff, and we our next episode is gonna be funeral customs, and there's voodoo and death and lots of spooky shit. So check us out.
I just saw my door open and I realized it was the cat. Here, Trixie.
Oh.
Hi. Come see. Hold on. Come here. You want to say hi?
Oh.
Hold on. And there's my kitty.
Oh, sweet baby kitty.
She is 15 years old. So,
Oh.
yeah. I was like, why is the door opening? Oh, it's just Trixie. It's okay. Anyway, so yes, guys, please go listen to Kyna and Natalie and their special guest. They release on Sundays. They are amazing. I love them. They are the best pod friends a girl could ever ask for.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys are
and
amazing.
Then on October 27th, I think, it will be our Halloween episode.
Yes!
And they will be on my podcast.
Yes,
so
we're
have
going to be
another
crossovers and we're going to be on their podcast and it's going to be amazing.
Yes, it'll be a
yes.
good time.
So as you guys know, I'm Erica and I am the host, one of the co-hosts of Cheers from the Grave. You can find us on Twitter at Cheers from Grave, Instagram, Facebook, Cheers from the Grave. We have our website, cheersfromthegrave.com. We also have our merch site, which you can find on our website as well. We also have a Patreon, which we just revamped some of the tiers on there, and we're going to be putting more stuff on there soon. We are actually currently recording the video of this at this time, and we are going to put I'm going to go ahead and put that on the website soon, or on the Patreon. So if you would like to see us chat about random shit, then please feel free to join our $5 or above tiers, and you can watch this amazing 2-hour video of us rambling.
I recommend 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And then let's see. So I went to Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Yeah, so you can find us all there. Also, please don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. That helps tremendously when it comes to getting, some form of recognition on the charts. So please don't forget to rate and review. That really does help a lot. You don't even have to say much. You can just be like, this is fun, or unicorns, or whatever. I don't care. Just rate us 5 stars and type whatever you want in the review. I don't care. As long as it's nice, just do it. If you want to even put a recipe on there for cookies, by all means, go ahead. It doesn't matter. Just please rate us 5 stars because that would mean the world to us. And also go to Historical AF. Rate them 5 stars. They deserve it. They are a 5-star, amazing podcast. So please.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you leave
welcome.
me a recipe, I'll make those cookies.
Yes.
I'll put that on YouTube.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. We also have a YouTube as well. It's not actually video. We actually have just our audio that's on YouTube. However, we are thinking about later on, actually recording our live, not our live, but when Nicole, Stephanie, and I get together to actually record in one room. We're gonna go ahead and record that on one of the cameras that I have, and then just put that up on YouTube as well. Or if anything, actually just put it on our Patreon page because so it'll be fun. So, and then maybe one day I'll do something similar to what And that's why we drink is doing. So who knows? But we'll see. Yay!
Yay!
So thank you guys so much for sticking around. I understand that this is a little bit longer than normal, but Kyna and I, this is the first time we've actually Skyped together and like actually voice chatted with each other. I mean, we've texted a lot, but this is like the first time we've actually like seen each other, quote unquote, face to face. And so it's been fun, Kyna. Seriously, this is amazing. So thank you so much again for coming on and agreeing.
You're welcome.
You are amazing.
This has been so fun.
It has been fun. So awesome. Well, you guys rock. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes, and if you want to become puppy, and if you want to
puppy.
And then again, we have our Patreon. So please, if you like what we do, please donate. That would literally mean the world to us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So cool. I'm Erica.
I'm Kyna.
And you're listening to Cheers from the Grave. Yay! All right, gotta go stop this now. All right, and stop.
And stop.